live connections, meetings. Okay. Again, I'm going to connect with the YouTube. It's about 1 minute only. Actually, we can go on our stop streaming. Let me put off. Go off on this presentation. Yeah, I can see better. Okay, we are in live on YouTube already. Okay, now we go live on Facebook. YouTube live connection done. Wow. View stream tube. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm going to press record button for Zooms. It is now on YouTube live. Okay, and we will start the official presentations. 3, 2, 1. Hi, greetings to everyone. You're hearing one voice or two voice participant? Can someone give me feedback?
You are here, Ellen.
One voice, not the second
No,
live.
just one voice. It's fine.
Okay, good. Because streaming is going on. I'm hearing multiple sounds. Okay, good. All right. Okay. Let me. Hi, greeting to everyone. Welcome to Knowledge Rhythm free masterclass. Everything about habits. Yeah, we are on Zoom now. We have several participants, friends, experts in various industry from Malaysia and other countries, including Singapore. Hi, how are you all today? Can on your mic and give a sharings, please. Can tell your name, from which country, what you're doing. Yeah, one by one.
Hi, Ellen Govan, Krishan here from Malaysia. I'm a freelance consultant and I provide written communication services. Thank
That's
you.
great. That's great, Shan. Sagar?
Hi, Elango and colleagues. Okay, my name is Sagar. Okay, I'm actually a Malaysian, but currently I'm in Indonesia. I'm working in the plantation industry.
Wow. Okay.
That's all. This is the first time on air with you all.
That's very good. Okay. Let's explore through, starting with all of us are expert in our different industries. We will Okay. All right. All of you, all of us kindly open our mic. Let's get shared. It's like neutrally, you can share what you understand, what you perceive, what you accept, as the word called habits. Can one of you give a feedbacks?
Okay, hi, I'll start first.
Yeah, please.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Rashida. I'm actually a school teacher. I'm a teacher leader in one of the farm schools in Singapore. Okay, dealing with educational support. Okay, hi. Nice to meet all of you here. All right. So Ellen was asking about what I understand by habit. Now, habit to me is repeated routine that actually translates to a particular outcome. Yeah, that's what I understand by habit.
Okay. Other sharings, please.
What I have to say is also similar to Rashida, but maybe I have a little bit more information on this because
Please.
a month ago, 2 months ago, I moderated a panel discussion, and the topic was habits, habits, routine, and mindset. And then there was the second half of the title is not coming to me. So I actually Googled what is habits, attitude, habits, routine, and mindset. So the definition I found was, there were multiple definitions, but the one that spoke to me or resonates with me is the one where it says that is habits are made up of routines. So these are things that you do in a certain sequence and over a certain period of time. So what you do frequently and over a certain period of time is a routine, which does become a habit.
Okay. Hi, Sega. Your sharings. Thank you, Rashida. Kak Rashida. Thank you,
Okay,
Kishan.
the definition for habit, I think in Malay it's called tabiat, right?
Tabiat.
Okay, yeah, tabiat. So whatever there are good habits and bad habits. Okay, so whatever we are doing on routine, a simple this thing is like biting nails is a bad habit. Okay, so cutting nails, clipping nails is a good habit. So something like that on a routine.
Okay. So on routine, eh?
Yeah, which is I think we follow regularly. We are doing it regularly.
Okay, good sharing. All right. Let's explore my version of sharing about habits and also the science, philosophy, and towards to habits and new goals today, focusing towards to corporate. I have a few lists which I explore and I come across with years of involving technology and psychology in Malaysia as well as global market, from kids schools, college, universities, governments and corporates. Almost I've involved in most continent on earth: Asia, Africa, Europe, America, including Japan, China, India, and so on. There's a very vast knowledge explore. Many people have experienced and have written as a book, journals, articles. There are a lot of good mentors and teachers in different languages at different land, with enthusiasm. They are guiding others the moment they come to know the new unique niche about habit. And this is my versions, which I compile as an article in a point form in a LinkedIn, which I will glance through now, and we will focus a few what are targeted topics, which is habits and new goals, with the science, sharings and so on. There are a lot of medical experts in the world, a lot of nutrition experts in the world have come into experiencing becoming psychology and psychologists, medical doctors, engineers, counselors, academicians, corporate leaders. They also experiencing becoming psychologists and psychology related coach, writers, book authors. Yeah. So if I can enlarge a bit. Okay. Can I get hints? What words you're reading now nearby to my mouse to synchronize our view? What words you're you're able to read now?
Yeah, I can see basically the whole thing. What you
Read.
highlighted, I can see that very
Yeah,
clearly.
yeah. What words, please?
Financial and time freedom is
Okay, good.
birthrights.
This is like a technology world. Good to verify in between every 15 minutes time frame.
Okay.
Okay, good. So financial and time freedom, usually will be the major topic when people talk about habits in the world, in whichever language we can hear, and so on. There will be wealth and health, enhancement requirements. Yeah. So whatever current status, yet if possible to get transformed, then that would be great. Yeah. On health and wealth. Okay. Whether we are educated, whether we are educated or skilled workers, everyone can have extra money in a bank account. Okay. This I compile based on 1,000 over inquiries when we generally talk about natural things, or specifically on business, or targeted topic called habits or subconscious mind. A lot of attractions, a lot of vibration attractions, yeah, and all these topics. How to keep increase your bank account is related to the habit. Usually most individuals will say, I need more money. How? Sometimes the individual have more clients. It is known as new goals. Okay, require new habits. It's require new neurons pathway biologically in the brain. See, brain function 100%, yet the utilization of the neurons based on our wake up time every day. If we wake up 4 o'clock, its functionality will be 100%. And how many actively conscious, clarity based work productivity are going on for us yesterday, today, and tomorrow. This will be the percentage of the neurons function. And every major activity we do, it has own highway, like physical highway. To go to one town, it has its own name and own designs, yeah, and own pathway. So habit is a new goals. Okay, habit and new goals. Habits about breathings. Okay, so all consciousness start with breathing. When you inhale and hold for a while, the thinking pattern frequency will pause. It is can be verified using medical biometrics equipments like ECG, uh, brain scans, and a lot of methods. Yeah. So it's about mind. We will explore what is that mind scientifically and philosophically, which matching the Eastern knowledge of 1,000 years ago with modern science up to the European Westerners, including NASA, have to come into uh, you know uh, the synchronized fact about mind, what the pure scientists have said about mind mainly in Eastern world, Eastern country. Yeah, habits is about energy in a body, it's about food, health and emotions, chemical changes in the brain is about success, it's about habits, whether you can get transformed or not. A lot of people are very good in hard working and smart working. Can I say hi? Many people are hardworking and smart working. Yeah, can I say hi from each of you?
Hi.
Right? Hardworking, smart working, right? See, hormone in a body, consciousness, intellect. There's about 16 plus 2, 18 different brain frequency radiating every second, and every second brain producing about average 385 over different man-made language related frequency. It could be understand by individual or totally words or frequency or pattern of frequency radiating from the brain. And usually human will able to analyze or recognize five basic sense: sight, seeing, smell, your hearing and touch, and sixth sense, thinking about, from the memory, and what we will do in the future, okay, after the events and so on. So there are very deep things going on. Super consciousness, universal mind, and in scientific manner, there are major three category, four different pattern: conscious mind, beta, subconscious mind, alpha and theta, and unconscious mind called delta. Sleeping mode especially. So habits about thinking frequency, about emotion, old memory. Habits happen because cosmic library, universe memory is very natural. Entire existence is available for human and living scripture and even non-living scripture to get record into it and to express it when required. And now this previously happened activity on earth in universal can be traced even using modern science biometric devices, ray-based cameras. Yeah, we can even trace a building structure which constructed 1,000 years ago, 10,000 years ago, even 1.5 million years ago, a bridge constructed. Yeah, in India, for example, traced by satellite, whereas the structure is not there anymore. That means universe formed with memory. Memory is the power back base for habits. Yeah, and now how to transform in the habits? We need to travel with pure intellect, super consciousness. I mean, intelligent without irrelevant memory. Yeah, that's a very unique part of it. It's about thinking pattern, it's imagination, visualizations, trust of success. When you declare a new goals, it's very important. It's about habits, creating seed of new goals. Intrinsic means internal, extrinsic means activity, productivity, competency in corporate world. Yeah, responsibility, commitment of delivering physical activity-based responsibility. Yeah, that's about extrinsic. And then there's virtual and physical blossom. Yeah, it is everything about darkness, all existing in darkness, infinite. It's a cosmic library, it's universal detoxification of body. It's very important even to handle habits because it's connected with the hormone regulations. Yeah, special nutritions from spinal cord to pineal gland, pituitary glands will determine how fast a person can get transformed towards to new habits for greater success of the new goals or vision missions. Usually new goals is uncomfortable because it has a process have to complete biologically, virtually, acceptance and realizations before the physical atom formation creates those habits related or goals related physical material or matter. Can be degree or getting income or getting rejuvenated in health. Yeah, it's about sleep. There's sleeping science. It's about, what is the difference from rest, sleep, science, meditation, relax, okay, active and proactive, yeah, and aggressive, yeah. So these are the things. Checklist on above. It's about clarity to sit, relax, and clarity to thinking, the intention to manifest, deserve new goals, will enable faster and easier process to get transformed or get created new neurons pathway for new goals related to the new seat of the habits, the subconscious mind process, yeah, or the activity which much familiar for the body with predictable results, yeah. So we come about with huge compilations with specific niche points, and some of the individual which we aware of this knowledge and these informations may require certain part of the additional tool, techniques, and methodology, science and philosophy and essence to be acquired. Then we can say we will able to operate our our progress, mastering, personal mastery towards to greater successful transformations. Yeah, master your mind, master your life. People call it. And as current sharings, it is corporate require multiple competency. Yeah, personal goals can be from intellectual health, family, parental, career, social, yeah, quality of life, these atoms, wave, energy, frequency, magnetic field, sound, light, forms, universe. These are the extrinsic part which we know operating intrinsically. Sound can be heard, light can be seen, yeah, magnetic field can be felt or can be witnessed with another material, a combination of atoms, yeah. Frequency radiate sound and light, for example, yeah. So energy get transformed in all this manner or mood of physical and non-physical quantum physics of existence, yeah. So these things will go on a big list. We have to get crystal clear, a diamond sharp of 5W and 1H: who, what, when, where, why, and how about the habits, yeah. So why do habits exist? What is the science of the habits, source of the habits, yeah? Where is it formed? When it is really initially created for every individual. Seems like there are known, unknown habits, there are relevant and unnecessary, unwanted habits exist with most individual, all of us, yeah, to all scriptures, living scriptures on earth, in universe. Who designed it, yeah, how to manage it, all these questions, there is a specific scientific and philosophical answer, yeah, matching with modern science verifications. It's about accepting with personal analysis, and there should be a slight variance. Individually have own rights to to analyze, accept, trust, and begin the task, the process, the tiny to huge steps and activities consciously with the clarity to get master the essence about the habits. Yeah, it's about other skills, cognitive skill, job skill, parental skill, yeah, family skills, leaderships. Habits, it's about personal mastery, mastering the mind, mastering the existence. I have proposed officially with the education ministry, and a lot of presentation in huge conferences, Malaysia and international conferences, saying that this topic, this science should be taught to kids, after 8, 9 years old. They should get, this knowledge and get clarity, even what happened from the time of their formations. Yeah. To get excellence and, greater transformations, and to explore much harmony, life experience, habits, and the science knowledge is important. And more importantly, also mastering the particular job, profession, business skills, sales. Nowadays, digital marketing, the technology is very important. Yeah, the active income, how to put off bank loans. All this a process. Borrow money. Increase increase the saving, even though there is an interest based loan. Can individual do that? When someone found in the scenario or situations which emotionally not manageable, it's a pain in uncomfortable situations, these part of the possibility won't be able to perceive or accept, or the trust won't be built. That's where we require super consciousness, super intelligence, super I based mentor, guru, teacher, or friend. Even a person who can tell the exact experiential based knowledge on the consciousness, the habits, the law of vibration and attraction based knowledge and tips practically to apply for specific requirements individually to get transformed. That is a very important thing. A master of saving skill, investing the saving and creating passive income. There are whole flow of 360-degree connectivity, need to be mastered in order to have a greater life experience. So transforming life, it's about, positive earning, status. Yeah. It's simple. Simple to search job. Simple to do business. Simple. And easy too. Simple to learn, easy to apply. Yeah. Can I say hi?
Hi.
Hi, can I say hi?
Hi.
Hi, Alangu.
Okay, great. Yeah. And then new profit, matching the new targets is important. See, why in this modern world, whatever we talk, whatever we discuss, even commitment, responsibility come into the area, add-on discussion requirement with money, wealth, and it is monetary based discussion, because that's how the modern world being explored at this age, 21st centuries. There is a experience-based fact why many experts or many successful people will say it is simple to learn and easy to apply, even they have experienced tremendous challenges previously for years, months, or even decades, or some of them could get transformed with much smoother flow or roadmap. Because all the process is about 9 digits of arithmetic: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And bank statement of 3 columns: debit, credit, and balance. And arithmetic, basic elementary arithmetic: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. That's it. If we can read this, I trust everyone can read this, then it is possible to get transformed, whatever the current situation. We need to handle the current situations whether you are in a great stage to get leverage towards to greater stage, or challenging situations to get transferred to harmony and greater situations. Yeah, require a process of personal account, how many bank account must open. Wow, it is a list of question answer. Usually we will be, request, and we will support the individual asking. Yeah, in a training, coaching, or personally, someone asking about the knowledge. Yeah, so this is what the great things, sharing the science of habits and the yeah. Did you saw my PowerPoint, right? Yeah, you saw. So now I'm going to go to our PowerPoint to explore those questions, yeah, with my experience based, answers or feedback or essence. So let me on the PowerPoint. Yeah, then we can share the PowerPoint. Yes. Can you please tell me what screens display on the screen now?
Your PowerPoint first slide.
Great, thank you very much. Okay. So far so good. Any feedback in between would you like to give now? Any one of you, please?
So far, so good. It's interesting that there's a very long list.
Yeah, it is looks like a long list. Yes, it is long list. Yet,
Yeah, but it
we
is
have to
true.
cover
It's true
the.
that some of these things are not taught, and it's important to be taught from a very young age.
Yes, yes, yes. I propose officially to many ministries in many countries, officially to education ministries, human resource ministries, including in conferences, my presentation talk, training, coaching in universities, and those are decision makers representing, communities, civil people have to create this syllabus as a master syllabus. Even kindergarten is starting, there are methods, syllabus are available. I designed for kindergarten, schools, college, universities, corporate CEO, country presidents, and I've done training up to ministers, presidents of UN, USA, Africa, and they stay in Malaysia for 7 days usually, those countries.
So, what's the feedback like on your recommendation?
My training, they pay millions, so they apply to develop the country.
Hopefully, lah, that they actually make use of it
they are
since
they
they're
are
paying
they
good
are
money for it.
they are applying, they are getting transformed, and they come back again with other requirements, and they refer other countries, other presidents, other corporates. That means yeah, even parents learning, they're applying, even corporate staff learning, they're applying. Sometimes they found that certain topics are very niche. Myself, Ilangovan Tangavalu, I'm a technology and psychologist. I've explored this essence from parents, grandparents, and from many mentors and modern teachers, gurus, experts, and scientists. It's about 30 years of exploration as young as 7, 8, 9 years old, 14 years old. I've documented about consciousness. I've done the technology, hardware and software of programming, coding, machine coding, for example. So both technology and psychology I have explored from very young age with a niche exploration, practically into the field. So the component, the methodology we present is science. Some of it are pure science from pure scientists from ancient scientists. Most of them are from Eastern, particularly from India and few more other countries. Yeah, and some of the modern world experts or participants, they found they need like clarification to get into the methodology. They need like verifications, the relevant science of brain researcher universities like University Yale. There are a lot of other individual have done research and documented, and even author books, written books, they have journals. Yeah. So that is one of the part of the habits of getting new and niche essence about habits. Yeah. See, breathings is the witness of existence. Darkness is the seat of entire existence. It's infinite. So in Eastern Tamil language, pranayama, breathing techniques, will determine renew neuron pathway, new focus able to be created, concentration, clarity, intention, determinations, to enable even current processing tasks to be with the highest quality, sincerity, 100%, yeah, fine tuning, and to enable to create new neuron pathway for new target, new goals, new vision, missions for any category. For personal, 12, some people say 30 over categories. For corporate competency, critical thinking, design thinking, leadership, conscious leaderships, technology expertise, yeah, international laws, business SOP, trade secrets, sales, development, documentation, managing human resources, talent management. There are a lot of departments, a lot of expertise requirement. Yeah. So let's each of us on your audio. We start with taking deep breathings. Brain experts, biological doctors, scientists, biologists, and researchers of the world great universities are matching with our ancient pure scientist message from yogis, gurus, siddhas, from Eastern world, saying that one time if a person taking a deep breathings, it regulates about 50 to 150 to 300 over hormone regulation, which affect leaderships and corporate world. Yeah. So let's do 5 or 6 times deep breathing and exhale slowly, relaxed manner. Okay. Each of you, can you please open your mic? Say hi.
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 Okay. Take a deep breathings on your own, 3 or 5 or 7, 9 counts. Take a deep breathing, exhale slowly. Once you're done, you come back to the normal breathing. Okay. I welcome our distinguished guest participants, experts on your own field. Kindly share it or give us some tips which we are going to explore the science part of it with practical applications methodology, a few which core application requirement for overall individual beside the whole 360-degree list of our collections of the essence for training, sharing, and coaching individuals from kids to corporate world and including entrepreneurs. Yeah, I welcome. This is our discussion sections, and then our essence. Then we will have a Q&A sections. It's neutrally, as I said, we talk about our subjects. Never ever mention anybody's name, whether brand, individual, or corporate, or governments. We discuss about our topics. Focus on habits, consciousness, health, wealth, parental. It's about our experience or what do you feel or what do you want to ask, what do you want to get clarity on today's sections. Yeah. Hi, Rashida, Shine, Swagger. Yeah, Rashida is
Hi.
open mic. Yeah, please, Rashida.
Thank you, Ellen, for the sharing. Again, I'm also very overwhelmed by the long list of. I do not know, but I see there's a lot of great activity there.
Yeah,
Okay.
must do the tracing. Yeah, we will guide you to do tracing. So you can read through into LinkedIn article and can chat later. Yeah, please. Yeah, please, Rashida.
And then during this transition, you actually get us to do this big breathing,
Yeah.
breathing, right? So it actually, I just graduated in my positive psychology, and in my module, I learned that the essence of mindfulness. And mindfulness is breathing is one area during a mindfulness exercise. So so maybe I would like to find out why you use this
Uh-huh.
for us to transit to this Q&A platform.
Hello.
Yes, Ellen.
Can you repeat again, please?
Yeah.
The last few sentence.
Yes. I just want to find out, because after your presentation, right, you get us to do the breathing exercise.
Yes.
So my question is like, what is the intention? Yeah, I mean, it's like, I understand that there is a transition. So what is the intention of that?
Section
Uh,
of deep breathing. Yeah, sure. I will share it, Rashida. Yeah, Sagar, you have any like sharings or discussion sections? We are entering the science part of it.
Nothing yet. I'm just learning.
Okay. Kishan?
Yes, Selango, and some of what you're talking about just now that you went through in the article you wrote about habits sort of reminds me a little bit of NLP, neuro linguistic programming.
Okay.
Because I've attended one or two sessions in which the presenter talked about NLP. So it's should I say my mind is making the connection. I'm putting the pieces of the puzzle of what you're saying and what I've heard, and it seems to somehow bring the thought of NLP to me.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for sharing. Let's explore further. The breathings is the source of consciousness and source of the biological body remain in active and activation process and progress continuously. It is the sparkling of thinking pattern, which if similar thinking pattern, same thinking pattern or same idea and focus and targets are repeated, it's become thoughts or idea or vision missions, especially which is written, and to to create and put efforts to achieve those targets, not thinking pattern continuously repeat the thinking patterns with the targets, and targeted activities become thoughts. Yeah. And breathings also moderate emotions. Breathings enable this process, virtual process, from the organ called brain, and all the virtual process is permeated in the space called mind. To for every individual, until a person master about brain, thinking, thought, emotion, and mind. Until they master these fact, their new visions will be almost determined by others, directly or indirectly, or the scenario or the environment. Yeah, a person, have to master about brain, thinking, thoughts, emotion, consciousness, and mind. Then the vision, mission, or determination to create the explorable life path will be determined by personal. Yeah, why it is so important and so relevant? Because the cosmic library means the man-made calendar with man-made language. Whatever activity completed yesterday, last month, last week, last year, last decade and century, it is library. We can't say we can't change. It is like almost, it is done, cosmic library. Whereas universe memory means from the current moment, if with the clarity and with a specific proven methodology, if a person consciously putting a required efforts to get done or to complete, to accomplish new target, new goals, new vision, mission, tomorrow, day after, next week, and next month, then the universe memory means possible habits to be happen can be edited. So cosmic library is completed calendar. Universe memory is new calendar yet to be discovered. Tomorrow's, next week's, next month's, next year's. That means the following habits to be happen already it has own pattern, because habits is a redundant set of automatic and autonomic unconscious thoughts behavior. Yeah, and sometimes even emotional based activity happen once, and that particular incident related activity and results to be impact can be a new habits. It depends how fast get programmed into the brain frequency called subconscious mind, which is about 16 hertz in a radio frequency cycle per second. Yeah, so it's a set of process. So now the completed calendar is done, and those completed activity based habits, achievements, yeah, have its own predictable process, familiar process, much comfortable, and that is what will be expressed as the universe memory. If the individual do not put efforts to reorganize the seed of habits matching new goals, is about it. Yeah, it is a precise process requirement. Otherwise, hard-working personnel, smart-working individual, yeah, good peoples are sometimes, you see, found. It's not a joke to get the dream-related results. Yeah, we should create the new neurons pathway, new seed of habit, so that the what we call the what all irrelevant habits will be replaced. Yeah, in order to successfully achieve the new goals much easier. New goals can be personal objective, family requirement, cooperation, yeah, professional KPI, competency, community phase, social, and uh, the community responsibility or intention to help and so on. Yeah, who created it? We have shared it just now. The universe existent with memory faculty is this uh, is the autonomic creation of individual habits. Okay, I give you a very simple, what a typical scenario. Um, Early science, or scientists said uh, health issue or disease sickness based on genetic and family, biological, and so on. They have taken 1,000 of families, with the consent, with the written consent, and they bring about the babies to give it to new parents to take care for 10 years, 15 years, and they found whether contact based or non-contact based disease uh, are formed from the adopted parents, not the biological parents base. That means the more you travel with whom, where you are investing and you're paying attentions, or you're staying and you're moving around, these magnetic wave frequencies of those early existence or currently existed habits in other people, from other people, are also available as a cosmic library and universe memory. It's affect those child. That means it's autonomic. No, this gives us clarity that we can be peace and harmony in the sense we have the choice of taking responsibility to learn the arts about the habits and the consciousness and get transformed. There's no words called blame, not even in a dream can be bring about. So it's autonomic existence of universe having memory faculty, and that is a fact of individual habits. Habits and memory base. Yeah. So we will trace known habits and unknown habits. Yeah, and we can remove unknown habits if it is not good. It's automatic also. Yeah, what is in reality. Yeah, it's begin from before even we conceive in mother's womb, because once we fertilize as a zygote, the biological part of the body having memory embedding ability. Water store memory. Yeah, trees store memory. Science accepting and accepted now. Yeah, mountain have memory of centuries, 1,000 years of those frequency records in Rocky Mountains, and Himalaya or Kinabalu in Malaysia, for example. Sea, ocean, all existence store memories. Right? So it's automated. It's permitted everywhere. Why it is available? Okay, why? When there is a relationships, there is a rights on the relationships. I give you an example. If it is your bicycle, your relationship with the bicycle is much direct, you can ride it whenever you want. If it is your grandparents' bicycle, you need to ask them. When the relationships differs, the rights differs. Rights, actually the rights of relationships of the bicycle, you have to rethink on the relationships of the individual existence and the matter exists in an energy form, physical form, as an individual, as a living scriptures, millions of virus, bacteria, probiotics, and fungus, living five basic sense, scriptures, pads. Yeah. So there is a relationships exist. Yeah. I will also give you another scientific diagram. Yeah, about the relationships exist between the individual and the universe and universal matters. And when there is a relationships, there's a rise. When there's a rise, there's the impact of the memory. That's a reason why it is available individually, uniquely, based on where they're born, how they're born, who are they, and what they heard, even though they recognize or not when they are baby. Yeah, while drinking milk until go to kindergarten. How to moderate now? Our requirement is how to moderate. No, while we're touching how to moderate, for example, business having multiple competence requirement nowadays. Yeah, it's a world entrepreneurs, experts have analyzed cognitive flexibility, yeah, emotional intelligence, people management. All this come about the same science of habits, consciousness, thinking pattern, emotional, yeah, with other competency skills requirement. We have gone through just now. The individual goals can be much deeper into personal, family, health, yeah, character, on own spiritual, romantic, parental, social, yeah, and so on. Now, for us to adopt the science of habits and to apply systematically in a disciplined manner, good for us to know about the fundamental of our guidance, how it's going to be. So everything, every existence in the darkness is about vibration. Vibrations is source of other virtual, and physical formations. As a root, okay, base, yeah, and there is a base fundamental frequency called 432 hertz in a modern science, which is also advised and taught by our ancient pure scientists few 100,000 years ago from Eastern world. Okay, now to reprogram subconscious mind, we have to go back to relaxed mode, the darkness space, the vibration of our thinking patterns should be harmony. It's like mounting a ship on the vessel on the dock. Okay, it's like mounting a space technology at the outer space. It's like placing a satellite in a right GPS spaces in between, Earth space and atmosphere space. It's everything about, the, synchronizing the vibrations. Then you can reprogram it much easier and faster. So how to get 432 hertz? How to get 432 hertz? Is someone chat? No? Okay, good. Can I say hi?
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Okay. So how to get into the 432 hertz to reprogram our new goals based, new goals related habits of creating biologically, physically the new neurons pathway, the highway to activate the activity process comfortably, yeah, from time to time, day by day, to accomplish the new goals. There are a lot of methods. One of the powerful tool, the most unique innovation ever invented, will be bell sound. Bell sound creates 432 hertz, which purify thousands of miles away from the sound starts. So every day, if there's a bell sound, about 5 or 10 minutes at home, in office, any locations, yeah, would be very good. It keep away unwanted virus and bacteria, all the tiny scriptures, and it is moderating the individual conscious thinking pattern, from the 16 plus to 18 different frequency mood, 4 category, by name. We will explain now, okay, how to tell the 4 category, the intelligence, emotion, identity, ego, and the pure consciousness, the 4 category. Each of it have 4 to 5 more mood of radiations. So other, when we manage using vibration of 432 or bell sound or other humming sound, then we're working with MOS, mind operating system. Or some other methods we found would be, you see, the man-made language, human created language with the words always have the specific meaning, and that meaning already have a memory in a cosmic, and that memory related activity and end result will be impacted when those words are used. That means if you utter loudly, you should able to hear in front of the mirror or just by standing and sitting, every day few minutes, words which you have not learned, non-human language related words which you are familiar or no one familiar, that will create the possibility of fast track to reprogram subconscious mind, creating new seeds for new habits for the determine or new targets related vision mission. These are a few methods. There could be other methods found with other schools of thoughts. Yeah, it's a few tips. You see, along the way, the process of science and philosophical about habits, the intensity or the speed track, speed, express manner to reorganize the habit to get the new goals related results much faster and harmony will be based on universal clock and body clock. Why it is so relevant? Because these are the clock process endocrine glands, regulate hormones, fluctuating chemistry and electricity pulses in a brain. Okay, it is get input and provide impact for the emotions both way, and that is creates thinking and trust and belief, which become character and words on own languages. It become behavior based on the words and character being used, and it's also moderate physiology, biological health statuses, yeah, and moreover, it directly involved in sharpening or polishing pituitary gland and pineal gland, the most two powerful glands located in head, within the brain. Yeah, pineal gland also known as a third eye spots. So it is strong, rhythmic patterns based. When we talk about habits, it's nice, very simple, easy to apply and get success. Everyone can do it. Yeah, for many greatness to explore. But to give you the scientific, functionality of this body clock and universal clock related to the habits, I take brain and kidney, two different organ. Yeah, so kidney have three functionality. If a person sleep about 10-11 p.m., then they were able to pack the toxin. If the person wake up around 3:30, 4 o'clock, or by 5 o'clock, Okay, the most, let's say 6 morning. Then whatever packed toxin can be transported to urine and motion. If they wake up delay, the toxin will be enter back to body, circle, and back to the blood and to the brain. That means in daytime, kidney filter toxin is a general process words for the sharing this info. There should be medically, scientifically, biologically much deeper process are happening. Yeah, I understand of it. Okay, so see those people like army pilots, okay, certain job function based individual usually be given early retirement, early age retirements, and highly they will pay bonuses for them to go and study and get relaxed, because they have mix up those sleeping time, wake up time, and all the glands, endocrine glands, body functionality, need to be rejuvenated. Okay, unless we have a few responsibility work or events to handle, certain overnight, midnights, projects, study activity, functions, then okay, you need to recover with the sleeping science, wake up science, and food management, yeah, to get rejuvenate back. Okay, and whoever change this pattern of sleeping and wake up, and if they have less option of handling early age retirement and to get rest and rejuvenated, they'll have a more percentage challenges in emotions, in health matter, and so on. Yeah, that is seen in our statistics in all over the world, in each countries, depend on the working culture and also the traditional culture. Yeah, so next example would be universal clock, chlorophyll from tree. The tree inhale, most trees inhale carbon dioxide at daytime and exhale oxygen at nighttime, in reverse. Yeah, there are special trees like a banyan tree, osimum in scientific, or basil tree, or in Tamil they call it tulsi plant. Yeah, it exhale oxygen much longer durations. Mango tree is very important because keep radiate oxygen, pure oxygen, even though you unplug the leaves from the tree. So these are the leaves we got to be put as a decorations and so on. Yeah, it's called circadian rhythms. Yeah, body clock and universal clock. It's very relevant. And the next most the correlated part will be intrinsic muscles, nerves. That means it's about sport organ, the pass motion part and urine part. These two parts contribute towards the power of sustaining energetic and clarity thinking, and is used by even many other scripture and animals or pets or living beings rather than we call animals. Yeah, other 5 cents or 1 cents based living beings. I'll give you an example. Horse. You see, in this modern world, we measure machines based on horsepower. Can I say? Can I have any other names we have name it, like aircon, machines, car? We call horsepower, right? Hi, participant.
Correct, correct.
We have to ask why they call horsepower. There's a science which horse practice. There's a reality. Sega, you want to say something, Sega?
For car is because in the early days it was horse and wagon, and then I suppose
that is the assumption.
Said the science to it, and then eventually the development of car and all that.
That is the assumption because in a lot of other worlds they use different pet animals or living beings, scriptures related to the moving transport tools or mechanism, or mechanical based combination of biological, living, and mechanical parts. It is only words they use. I will share now the science of it. what exactly horse does and why the machine required the similar power. Yeah, Sagar, we will take a Sagar's input.
Yeah, the horsepower is, I mean, in terms of mechanical engineering, is related to, like, heavy equipments, like tractors, farm tractor, and this kind of, hardworking or, heavy equipments.
Okay.
Whereas I think for the cars, we use CC, so it's something like, related to, like, horse is a, tough and hardworking animal. Okay.
Okay.
So like the farm tractor, we have, the horsepower is, related to that.
Okay, I know we can fairly or generally accept both of you, Krishan's sharing and as well as Sagar's. Let me provide the science of intrinsic muscle, uh, uh, moot, which used by horse. See, horse do special breathings, which contrast the spot organ, which enable the horse when it takes speed, it based on the master, it will progress the speed like 100 kilometer per hour or 300 kilometer per hour. Once the speed it is like accepted by the master and hand over the speed confirmation to the horse will continue on that particular speed without reducing until the master requests to slow down and stop. You see, consistent power requirement is the basis for machine to function. Example, when we said 3 horsepower aircon, we can't accept the machine is running, the aircon is running on its own mode, and suddenly become 0.2, suddenly become 1.1 horsepower, less cold or less hot, less air. Practically, consumer or individual won't accept, right? It need to be same consistent power movement, right? That is practiced by example horse. Why horse can practice it compared to other uh, biological living beings? Horse practice intrinsic muscle nerves naturally. It connect from spinal cord to the pineal and pituitary gland. Yeah, and body energetic is relevant to sympathetic and parasympathetic nerves, which manage glands of 6 over at the left hand side, and another 8 more about right hand side. Yeah, so this is a scientific point of view. So these are the things were adopted by ancient pure scientists, and we have the scientific relations to enable us to utilize it for our development as well. Yeah. Can I ask our participant, good friends here, is that happiness is important for greater results?
Not necessarily. It's more in my point of view, it's more about mindset, attitude, making choices.
Okay, there's Krishan's view. Uh, can someone else give me feedback? Is that happiness is very important for greater result?
Yeah, I actually support Martin Seligman's theory of positive psychology, where what he says is actually happiness is actually the basis of for the brain to respond better. The heart must be contented. So yeah, he has 5 pieces of elements in his theory. So that actually support or determine or some most important element of how positive psychology actually runs and how it actually contributes to positive outcomes. So yeah, because it is in my understanding, without contentment, and then there is no an individual cannot achieve meaning of what he or she. So yeah.
Okay. Sagar, you want to share some things? Sagar's in already, right? Can you all see Sagar?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. I had a problem with the network.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
I have nothing to say. Sorry.
Okay. So, okay. You see, there are both parts we can accept up to certain extent. For example, if there is a good stress, sometimes it won't be so happiness based, yet it create the opportunity to work faster on the task and complete with the better results, and so on. Yet, as per sharing of Karashida, the happiness uh, is very important to have a long-term, persistence on the target and consistence, various methodology efforts, various ideas, plans, strategies to apply it in whichever level, yeah, or whichever goals category or specific goal. And happiness connected with oxytocin, yeah, and it produce nitric oxide, which enabling creating new neural pathways, yeah. The neural pathways growth also, it's like a creating highway, clearing it, and there should be opening ceremony once fully constructed, right? Same when we have a new activity, for example, can we generally say the individual like to eat similar food or even same food in a similar restaurants? Can I get say hi?
Hi.
Hi.
This is related to the what neuron pathways. To go to new restaurants, to go to different food, two different thing, yeah. Different restaurant, same food. New restaurant, new food. Same restaurant, new food. Different foods, for example, yeah. So the variance. Uncomfortability will be the initial emotion because there is requirement to create neural pathways to process the new activity which happening already. Okay, then once it's done few times, or if someone have the specific methodology to handle this happiness in advance, creating neural pathways before attempt first time in a new restaurant, eating new food within the category of interest food, yeah, then it become comfortable even on the first time eating the new food. Okay, so these are the variants will happen. Now, how it is relevant to corporate world and our personal achievements? See, since universe based on universe memory and existence based on cosmic library, and the habits, it is available as existence the moment we fertilize as a zygote and we grow as a baby, we born as a child, we grow with fundamental food, milks and drinks, and after 2 years old basically allowed to eat other external material based food. Now this activity will come into responsibility when we go to school. Okay, for example, have you all noticed a good students, even what intelligent students, hardworking, smart working students, if whenever they have pattern of different subject with a different marks, it almost repeat for months and even years. Can I get say hi? Rashida, you go experience this?
Yeah, hi.
Do you have experienced this?
Not really.
You see, the marks, for example, for mathematics, this month, this semester could be 60, English could be 90, and the following month, similar marks. Sagar? Oh, Rashida?
Actually, when the marks is whether fluctuate or similar, actually it's usually a correlated to the in my experience, correlated to the level of the difficulty of the paper. So I do not know whether it has got a direct correlation with the grade.
Yeah, my sharing requirement is that do you did you seen the repeated pattern of marks, for example?
Hmm. Yeah, yes, but it's but really, yeah, if I were to connect it with what you have been teaching throughout the last 1 hour, I do not know whether there's a correlation now. Definitely repeated patterns of marks is evident in some subjects here.
Okay. Sagar, you want to say something just now?
No, nothing. Sorry.
Krishan? It's okay.
So your question is, sorry, can you repeat the question?
Like, have you seen a child having repeated pattern of marks based on subjects? Similarly, few marks will increase and decrease within the range of those level of the marks for different subject for different semester and years.
Not necessarily. I can only think of my nieces whom I'm very close to, but I don't think the marks only change a little bit. In their case, there is more than just a few marks that it changes.
Okay, good. That means their efforts and habit process, neural pathways growth, new neurals pathways formations are synchronized with the new higher marks which they supposed to achieve and they're achieving it, right?
Perhaps, but my take on it is more to do with especially my eldest niece. That one I can confidently comment.
Okay.
With her, she's very studious. She is independent and all that. She does the homework by herself and all that. She, how shall I put it? She has her own standards and she studies hard, and you can see most of the time when it comes out, it translates into the actual exam the results
The
on the
results.
exam.
That's great. Congratulations. Okay. That means the hard yeah, Rashida, please.
Add something, but I think for this to be true, right? Then if this child is taking at a let's say at a regular interval, then the question, the difficulty level of the question must be the same for this to be true. For this hypothesis to be true, then the variable, which is the basis of the difficulty level of the paper, must be similar. Then only we can justify that because the brain activity and the neurons and all that is fired up, and therefore it actually translates to the more active learning or more active thinking, and then that's why it's translating to a result. For this to be true, then the must be a similar level of difficulty. Then the hypothesis is proven.
Okay.
Interesting perspective, Rashida. I do agree with you to a certain extent about the difficulty of the question in the paper, but I'm not sure with regard to the what you were saying, the active learning and the neurons and all that.
Yeah,
My take on it is, let me finish Elango and then you
please, sure,
can carry on.
sure, sure.
My take on it is, if the teacher teaches in a very interesting and simplified manner that the child can understand, and the question is worded accordingly, that the child can make the connection between what was taught by the teacher, I would say that the child would be most likely the child would be able to answer the question not perfectly but correctly. But sometimes the way the questions are worded can be a little bit confusing. Okay, and especially nowadays the education system, it incorporates this higher order thinking, and with higher order thinking questions there's more than one answer, there's at least two answers for that question, so it can be very challenging now for students.
Yeah. See, the feedback of Rashida's, for example, feedback of Krishan, the teaching qualities with the passionate, guiding the students to enable them to understand those new formulas or repetitively to get improved with the questions or even a higher, order of thinking, mode of exam question and passing. All this process will have one master process which activating the answering ability, recalling ability, and also there's another process, autonomic answering. In exam hall, sometimes some students will do have a time frame where they will not aware of their writing points. That is like a autonomic answering. It's not unconscious at all. It is like a mild subconscious process, autonomic answering. It can be uttered verbally or it can be written by students. Now, the contribution which both of you given can be traced back those effects of the brain, uh, the teachers mode of teaching, all this, if done differently, it won't support the happiness and habit changes, because at every time if there is one result is obtained, the particular result will be available as a memory, as a habit. And when someone reading the books even repetitively, the eye will register the known question and answer, referring to the old results and old patented habits. So the individual who get improved marks surely have the support, the contribution, the solution from the brain cognitive qualities and capacity functionality, which also supported by teachers. For example, refer with Krishine's sharing. These both area effects or impacts through via the habit process. Okay, that means process is what mood to manage habits. Okay, now if I want to give different variants on the uncomfortability of doing new things, will be let's say there are some children will only like to read once. Okay, and there's an effort requirement for them to get harmony, or get comfortability to do it second time revision, third time, and so on. Okay, for that there's a physical external effort required from teachers and parents as a part of adult support to the kids. Yeah, and these supports required, and these supports moderate the seed of habits, because habits based on result already happened, the cosmic library, the marks already obtained. Okay, if I want to put it into another scenario, related to the adults, for example, have you come across like some people having responsibility at home? Usually every morning they will do all the tasks. If they have need to travel to the office or outside task, especially to office. Let's say a person always get into traffic jam. Do you have experience? People got into traffic jam and get delayed to office. Can I say hi?
That one, there's no escaping in Malaysia. Unless you leave your house very, very early in the
Okay.
morning.
Now, my next question is, uh, the sharing is the same person, the following week, 3 different days, he got nothing to do with the home or house-based work and responsibility. That means he got extra time, he got 1 hour extra times, after get ready, relax, and so on. Yet these people will come out to drive at the last moment without the committed responsibility task at home. Have you all noticed this? Any one of you? Whether with the public transport or own, car.
Yeah, this is their routine, this is their habit, this is them being consistent.
Because it is uncomfortable, to do a process different from last week. So this is a part where we need to have a power of clarity, it's a power of intentions. These are the supportive activities to change the process, overtaking the old habits which create the emotion of uncomfortability. This has happened to work progress, better income, greater clients, more revenue, better health, much rejuvenated, healthier and wealthier, and also social services, all category of targets, goals, vision, mission. So for this, the scientific research, such as Dr. Joe, medical scientists, they have found a person with happiness, with oxytocin, will have a much easier possibility to change process. Okay, because that is also related to the Rashida's sharing. Brain capacity functions much easier when health and happiness is go along the way. Yeah. So physical and virtual body, preconceived, we have habits as a cosmic library. On birth we have relations when you're a baby, whether you recognize the talk or not. Even the food behavior when your kids will determine the methods the individual will be able to earn and save. Okay, this also have vast research now in Western countries. How can food behavior, the way the eating, beverage and drinks, food are given, and the way the baby, the kids, the children's, before teenage year, they eat, where they eat, where they sit, and so on. Now, these also affect even up to the capability to earn money. It's totally different topic, right? This is how direct related habits repeat and indirect related habits being moderated, because it has the impact even in the mood of earning, determine the way of eating, which will get the synchronized version of the habit when you eat, when you are kids time or baby time. Okay, so that's a quick sharing on even not directly related habits and activities of childhood will affect the productivity, progress, and the excellence, greater life achievements when the people become adults. Yeah. We talk about physical and virtual body. There's an energy body called aura, intellect body, and blissful body. Yeah. So as the thinking category, where intellect, with the logical dimension thoughts, mind, body without intellect, with the memory, identity, where it is with a longer duration of collection of memory with intelligence, and we and the individual engrossed on it as a ID. This ID usually will be enable habits to be repeated, status, health, the way we perform, in a corporate world or in a working environment or in a business and sales. All this available. Now, how to handle these thinking pattern category? A person got to go to the level frequency of pure intelligence, super consciousness, where the thinking intelligence happen without irrelevant memory. I give you a typical example here. A person who doing sales or productivity achievement in workplace, yeah, let's say sales of 10,000 ringgit. Okay, now let's say in the marketplace, other individual or companies can only do 10,000 ringgit sales. Now, these are the cosmic library, whereas the pure intelligence, super consciousness, to achieve, to reprogram new neural pathway, to create a seed of habit and creating new habits, to earn, let's say the new target is about 50,000 Malaysia ringgit. For this, the activity, strategy plan, action plan, process, business process, digital technology, promotion tools, everything need to be upgraded step by step. And mainly the tiny activity process got to be started from whatever resources available. Now, if the individual who use cosmic library, memory-based intelligence, then it will pull to identity of the market only can sell 10,000 ringgit per month, for example. If a person can do certain techniques, which I shared just now, we can share it again, we can practice again, different techniques to regulate the brain frequency radiations from identical or ego based thinking process towards to pure intelligence, then the intelligence will forget, or it won't know the old habit, the old pattern, the old maximum sales per month is 10,000. The pure intelligence can determine, decide, and declare to work on the new target, new goals. We talk about habits and new goals, right? new targets, new goals, new visions, 50,000 sales. Based on these trust and pure intelligence, a mind without irrelevant memory, then only the new pathway, new habits will be created to even comfortably to work on all the higher or different process required to get successful results based on the new target, especially on sales or productivity or completion, of projects and so on. Yeah. So these are the 4 categories, 16 plus 2, 18 different thinking pattern exists within human. Now, how to always uh, enable us to, raise the bar thinking pattern towards to pure intelligence, a mind without irrelevant memory. Then only it can drop off unwanted habits, or the whole habits required to be replaced with the new habits, because new result is a new process, new goals is based on new process, new activity, and it required new habits, new neuron pathway. Yeah. There are various methods applied globally. Okay, knowingly or unknowingly, some individual will get into applying this pure intelligence. I give you example of the individual applied consciously or without even they realizing. Have you seen like this fresh vegetable sales individual in night markets or morning markets? Can I say hi?
Sorry, what was your question again?
The fresh food sales individual, like
Yes.
vegetables.
What about it?
Yeah. And then like certain successful these food industry restaurants, you see,
Okay.
stall or big restaurant. See, compared with the vegetables, vendors and other product vendors, usually these vegetable based fresh product sales individual, they have knowingly unknowingly this concern, the product quality and the price match every day, and it get reduced if they couldn't sell on the day where they purchase fresh, day one. It will take 3 or 5 days, to sustain the pricing drop and so on. So automatically, the individual who have this category products, they realize or not, they are creating, radiating the brain frequency towards to pure intelligence. They won't remember how many quantity they sold yesterday, how many quantity others selling, the way of the handling communication, PR, the interaction between the guests walking into the restaurant or stall or the markets area, will be fully focused to complete sales the quantity as it is fresh with the main price. Okay, this based on also several direct sharing from the vendors in a few places, few countries. Yeah, that means some of the individuals we learn techniques to get pure intelligence. Some of the nature of business create the possibility to get into the pure intelligent status on own personally. So based on the scenario and situation of the business, the products, and so on. Yeah, and if the same person venture into other products, for example, bag or dress, they have commented they are sitting much more relaxed. The engagement is different, speed, the way they create PR or communications, interact with the guests who are walking around, and they say they also experience differently. So when we get shared, and then they realize that means, based on the business and product nature, they are pure intelligent activated, without irrelevant memory. And the success to completely sell the whole quantity in a greater freshness is higher. Yeah. So just now we were talking about vibration, 432 frequencies, and one of the best method to get the environment with this frequency will be bell sound, and this is very important to enable fast track reprogramming habits to better or greater achievement of new vision mission. Yeah, this is connected with our existence. We human can hear about 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz sound. The rest will become like a noisy, tiny sound, or individual can't hear. Whereas other scripture like whales, and even smaller scriptures, living biological beings, it can hear lower hertz as well as higher than 20,000 hertz. That means the brain transform or recognize or send the understandable informations based on the human's ID, for example. Okay? If the discrete scripture, it able to hear differently. And even if you talk about color, human, basically recognize a tiny part of the entire darkness, different colors existence, whereas machines and other scriptures can see the colors and the energy and the objects can't be seen physically by human eye. Whereas this, both the sound and the color, recognized by the individual who train the brain through various techniques. Breathing could be one important techniques, and with other, physical 1 minute exercise here, it what we call it create the opportunity whether. Okay, Rashida is. What's the time now, please? Okay, the time is.
It's 11:10 p.m.
Extended. Let's do the. Yeah, so we are almost completing the sections. That means if we get trained, even we able to see and witness equal to biometric devices or high-tech, equipments of the energy existence. And these are the possibility available to edit our habits, even though the memory faculty cannot be seen, and yet we can edit the habits or the new goals related neuron pathway. Okay. So this we have gone through just now, atom waves, energies, lights with the universal existence. Manifestation operates through thought, feeling, desire, intention, actions, beliefs, and results, which we have covered just now. Yeah. Stimulations, create response. Because of memory, we have emotions. Emotions sometimes can be good. Most times it can, pull individual towards to the so-called old or previous familiar results based activity and efforts, which sometimes will get reduce the speed of the success, or some of the individual may unable to get transformed to get the new success. Yeah. So thoughts create feeling. Yeah. So new goals with a new process to create new habits will be challenging because it will be uncomfortable feeling. Yeah, change process impacts the results of the corporate transformation. Yeah, and the checklist which we gone through will be, define new process, become a discipline, follow of own uh, checklist process which we write, manage pattern frequency using food management, alkaline food, drinks, yeah, sleeping signs, wake up signs, sound frequency, to travel towards from conscious to subconscious mind to reprogram faster based on affirmations, yeah, exercise of breathings using circadian, rhythms, body clock, universal clock, yeah, meals we covered, yeah, cooking type and eating time also do affect, health, which will moderate the emotions and manage the chemical reaction of the brain. It is effects and impacts leadership or conscious leadership qualities. Yeah, these are the, detailed part of, detoxification process, inner mind, outer body, matters to be handled. All this process, few could be required for different individual. Yeah, the sound you are hearing, the image you are seeing, yeah, all this will determine the relativity with the cosmic library, and the habits which be connected, and it will overtake the subconscious mind based habits based old pattern, which will create the old similar previous results will be almost like imposed to conscious, and conscious will work differently, different from the new goals. If all this are moderated fairly, then the new process, new activity will be performed to get on time or fast track, speed up the new goals achievement by successing new habits creation for individually. Yeah. So brain tactic, the friendships, yeah, we can have 70% who have greater view, greater achievements, because we need to have those wave where we get connected, get chat, phone calls. 30%, let's say, we're responsible to guide them and to make them realize. If you have a more powerful conscious thinking pattern, then you can have all the friendship where fully in challenges, and the individual who have clarity responsible to guide and leverage or transform the bigger percentage of friendships who are in a challenging environment or situations or status of life. Yeah, technology is important nowadays beside habits and as professional skills. Yeah, self-responsible on daily activities. Okay, uh, colorful notes gives impacts agricultural knowledge. Yeah, seed as a faith on earth, and thinking pattern also create seed of the faith, which determine the habits and the end results of new efforts which individually can progress. Be healthy and energetic in sports is important. Yeah, okay. I want to make it quick and express. uh, you know I want to guide the sleeping science. Yeah, to sleep there is a requirement of 5 different category moderated: the food digestions, heat of the body, emotional management, reorganizing memory, and get into relaxed mood. These 5 sometimes, very hard for people who eat, delay timing, beyond 7 o'clock night, and so on. So the sleeping science required, scientifically proven, if you sit and sleep for 3 to 10 minutes, then you lie down on the bed, it will contribute all this process. Digestion will happen very fast, 10 to 15 minutes. Body heat will be managed. Yeah. The emotion will be moderated. The memory will be reorganized, and the relaxation will happen within 5 to 10 minutes time. On the bed, when you want to sleep, sit and sleep until you get jerk 2 times. Then you can lie down and go for a usual sleeping. Yeah. If there's any question, answer.
I think from me.
Thank you, Sega. Kashine.
It's very interesting, Elango, and the vibration part of it, I can understand a little bit, but it's interesting. There's a very specific frequency that you mentioned, the base frequency 432. The what do you call it? The vibration part I understand because all living beings have emit vibration, okay, at different levels and frequencies and all that. And I think you mentioned something about with regard to vibration. If I'm not mistaken, you mentioned something in relation to, is it breathing or meditation?
Oh, I shared the bell sound create 432 hertz vibrations,
Yes.
which harmonize the environment and human brain neurons level biologically.
Yes.
And when someone after hearing bell sound for 2-3 minutes, if they read the statement of new goals related results as a success, it will fast track reprogramming new habits and new neurons pathway.
Oh, so after you hear the bell sound for about 2 or 3 minutes, if you read that specific statement
Of the new goals, vision, yeah.
Yes.
Then
As in that exact phrase, is it?
the phrases of the statement must be compiled harmony with the universal manifestation process principle.
Okay.
It can be positive, it can be good, can be great. It can be wrongly phrased or unwanted words sound used. For example, hope in English cannot be used. If you use
hope cannot be used. Huh?
Yeah, it's irrelevant to the neurons' electrical pulses.
Oh,
Okay?
that's interesting.
The word "but" will disconnect the
But is semi-negative.
Yeah,
Semi-negative.
beauty, but will disconnect the pulses, the information transmission between neurons. Okay.
Okay.
There is about 36 over words so far when I get shared from scientists, create the frequency which I guided many entrepreneurs and they learn how to not to use it. Yeah. And
Okay.
the word for example, no related words in a lot of languages. There are tribes and there are cultural, there are languages.
Okay.
They don't have the word, even the word called spend, spnd, spend, menggunakan duit, for example, or wealth.
Spend,
German,
spend.
yeah, German, for example, there's no word called spend in their vocabulary. And among the Western country, Germany is one of the highest saving country, correct?
Sorry, highest?
Revenue, GDP saving country.
I suppose so. I'm not sure about that fact.
It is a global fact.
Okay.
In Africa, there are around 10 over tribes. They have a better harmony, wealth and health because they don't create the word related to the spend.
Oh,
They have
okay,
other methods to. There's other methods to apply it.
Okay, so probably in Africa, they are looking at more practical, simplistic things.
Rather than that, they aware of the nature based on intrinsic part rather than extrinsic.
Okay, yeah, probably their belief system and the culture is something that influences that.
Because all these words, when we utter, it connect back to the cosmic library. Cosmic library have its own pattern. It's a patented frequency, impactable results for anyone.
That sounds very fascinating. Cosmic library.
Yeah. The completed data, the man-made calendars completed data is called cosmic library. universe memory is yet to happen can change. It can be changed by individual, for individually.
Okay, it's very fascinating and interesting. Thank you for the very diverse sharing on this topic. We started off with habits and then we went into slightly different directions, but I get that. I'm sure it's all interrelated in one way or another.
Yeah, it's an overall scope. Then when we do analysis, when we do the groups assessments, then we will provide the much cute set of list to acquire. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much for feedback and questions. Hi participants, if we are okay, officially we can complete.
One last question, Ilangoan. In your LinkedIn post there, you put multiple dates. Is it the similar session on different dates? Is it?
Yeah, there will be differences in certain topic, certain major topic. Like today, I handle the sleeping modes, breathings. So some topics will change. Yet the major topic flow will be same.
Okay.
When there is sometimes 30 over participant, like 70 over corporate stuff, those timing, the flow extended, like aggressively change. So it can trigger the requirement,
Okay.
from the participant that will differentiate the flow.
But for the
Basically,
next 22 or 23 days, I'm looking at this particular session, which is timed at 9 p.m.
yes, and very similar flow.
Okay.
The intensity will change. I have experienced it, based
Yes,
on the
because
participant groups.
the unknown quantity is of course the participants lah. The points of view and the perspective that they bring. I
They
understand.
bring in a very sharp requirement, practical challenges, with the staff or with the individual, and children's, and that makes the reference when we give the relevant experience-based feedback and techniques. They practice and they send us a good testimony. Okay, Segar.
Okay, thank you, Elangovan, for the session today. I'm just a beginner,
Okay.
but there is one thing which I would like to know, because you were mentioning about this vibration and this bell, the 432.
Hertz base.
I have that because I've been listening to that for a long time.
Okay.
That recalls that what they call it, the Tibetan, Tibetan bell. Yeah. Okay.
Tibetan, they have
Thanks.
a sound based what bowl
Yeah,
also,
it
sound
is.
bowl.
It is a om.
Similar,
Yeah,
yes.
it is a om.
Sound.
Yeah.
And also,
Is it the similar one? Yeah. So what is the benefits? Because I've been playing it, because I'm a Hindu. So I'm into a lot of
Sorry,
what they call it.
Segar and Ilangon, I have to go. The two of you can continue the discussion.
okay, thank you very much.
We'll catch up on LinkedIn, Ilangon.
Sure.
Good
Yeah.
night. Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good night, Chris. Bye.
Yeah, Sega.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm doing a lot of what they call it, prayers, and also I used to play a lot of mantra and all these things. I mean, positive energy and all. So I just recall that when you were talking about, I was wondering from the beginning, what is this 432? Because then now.
See, you're asking about what's the benefit, is it?
Yeah.
As you aware, sometimes
Positive energy, right?
Sometimes you will get the differences with the awareness. Sometimes there will be internal great things happening, hormone, unknown habits could be, paused, not anymore activating. Okay. And your new targets could be reprogrammed much faster, which you will aware or you're not aware of it. For the plants, for the scriptures, because the bell sound travel very far. So you are doing good things
Okay.
for you
What is the
and also
okay?
for the surrounding
What is the best
environment.
time to I mean play the music? I mean the bell sound. I mean, is it in the
Practically, it should
morning?
be played anytime, and we recommend,
Anytime.
let's say, 3 times per day, morning, if possible, before lunch or evening, before dinner.
Okay.
Uh,
How about during sleeping hours? Because there are some music for sleeping hours, right?
those are the things where very individualized based on the product. We must see who done, what is the real frequency existed within the
Okay.
sound.
Okay.
So
So
subjective
what is
based
the
on
freak?
that. The best thing, once
Okay.
you get a bell sound at about 7, you have your dinners and routine responsibility, and you sit and sleep for 10 minutes, then you lie down and sleep, as a normal sleeping. Then a person should get rest properly and, wake up within 4 or 5 hours. So
I see. I see.
no
Okay.
need,
Okay. Good. Good. Good.
rather than
Okay.
sleeping longer hours, wake up late and so on.
Okay. Good. Good. So tomorrow the same session is it, Elango?
Yeah, similar sections.
But it's not compulsory for. I mean.
It's optional. It's optional. I mean,
Okay. Okay.
it's a free flow
Okay.
segment. You can
How
recommend to
many
others.
topics? Yeah. How many topics you are? I mean, handling for this month?
Every one day, one new topic I'm adding in, and based on the
Oh.
participant, it will like a transform to become even like a uniquely deep and wide.
Okay, understood. Okay, I
The,
thought
ma-
it's
the master topic would be similar circadian, rhythm,
okay,
the intrinsic muscles, the
okay.
frequency, the consciousness, right?
Mm,
The process of the habit, the
yeah.
activity, okay, the cosmic
Okay.
rubber
I
universal
got
memory, yeah.
I got a long schedule until
Okay.
month end, I think. So I was wondering, is this what, a series or what?
Yeah. So,
Continuing.
yeah, can you please share it to your other friends globally
Sure. I will do.
and
Okay,
connect with me? Yeah, please.
just before we,
You want to say something
close for
personal? I
today.
will off my.
Yeah,
Hold on.
yeah.
I stopped recording. I do my closing section, then we continue in a while. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you very much for all the participant attendance of Knowledge Rhythm. Today I am the host and speaker about habits and new goals, the science and philosophical informations shared from 1,000 years ago from Eastern world especially. We can trace back to India, Tamil language-based Siddhas principles, advanced and niche knowledge nowadays available in other languages across the globe. And every other land and peoples with different languages, different community do and they thus created the similar or differences in consciousness base essence. Thank you very much. Join you. On next sections, we will have deeper trainings and coaching based on SBLRs, claimable program for corporate, individual entrepreneurs, children, students, schools, college, and university. Please check my website at www.ilangovan.com, ELANGGOVN.com. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Elangovan.
Yes, thank you. I'm now stop recording. Okay, I'm now